You can't be a part-time hustler if you trying to really get there. You got to be a full-time one, you know, and it's a lot of part-time. Hey, listen, the energy, the motivation, that shit got to be different when you got a goal and you trying to make sure you got that drive. A lot of people don't got that. You understand what I'm saying? And we shaking the table so hard right now that everybody knows, right? They might not be trying to say nothing, right? It's going to be the right moment. I'm just telling you, if you pay attention, right? The internet, this is how the internet works, right? When somebody has a viral moment, right? Or they get a lot of buzz for a certain situation, all the other channels and, you know, people on YouTube, they want to do business with you because you in the algorithm, right? So this is what this consistency that I'm doing is going to do. And they know it. They don't want to mention it. They know it. This is what this consistency going to do. By me continuing to keep hitting this joint every time, it's going to start putting me in the algorithm, and it's going to be that time that something's going to hit and it's going to grab the traction. It might be good for me. It might be bad for me, right? And whatever it is, I'm taking it. Straight up. Whatever it is, I'm taking it to fulfill the mission. You know, it's like I'm sacrificing for the people, right? Basically, that's what it is. I'm willing to sacrifice and put it all on the line to get the cancer out the way. And this is what people got to understand. I'm willing to sacrifice and put it all on the line to get the cancer out the way. The cancer keep growing, keep spreading. I'm putting it all on the line. So regardless of how it comes, if it's good or if it's bad, the exposure that we getting is what's going to attack the cancer. And I'm just keeping it a buck. Ain't no, yo, chill. Man, come on, man, give me a break, homie. Nah, we not going to stop until you admit to the entire world that you work with the feds. And I know you don't want to do that. So we ain't got to stop. We going to keep going. You don't want to come out and tell everybody you a federal informant. You a 137. You don't want to do that. You don't want to tell everybody that you lying, loose cannon, and big you up. That you've been working with the FBI for a long time. You don't want to tell everybody that. You showing everybody. Straight up, you showing everybody. Just keeping it a buck. You don't want to come out and say, hey, man, listen, man, I don't care. I've been working with the feds for this long, and this is what I'm going to do no matter who say what. You don't want to do that. I know you don't want to do that, right? So we got to force it up out. And I know how loud we getting. We getting louder. You know, a lot of people paying attention, and we got some major things in the work that's going to enhance this shit. Wack ain't going to see it coming. The millions ain't going to see it coming. It's going to shock them. Now they got to sit back and watch Deezy. You know, because some solid people see what we doing. They rocking with us. They know what it is. It's some solid people that don't rock with Wack. When Wack think that everybody rock with him, no, you just deal with Vlad, Adam, and academics because they making money off you. That's why they deal with you. But I'm sure they got a personal group chat without Wack. They're not on, you know, the same weird type time Wack is on with the police shit, the way he's so loud with it. So I'm sure that they talking amongst him and they making sure that they keep each other in the loop about Wack. You feel what I'm saying? Wack think he got everybody manipulated with the game, and we just so consistent that it's like pulling it down. Now he's revisiting back into the situation with Loose Cannon and Big U because he knows that his cooperation is the reason the case went in the direction it did, right? The feds was watching for a long time. They've been paying attention to Big U. They pay attention to anybody that's in the light getting money shaking. You know, life is hard. This is what people got to understand. Life is hard. So for the people that master getting above the average level, you are a target for the feds. They want to know, how did you do it? Because it's so hard for people to get to that level. What did you do? How did you cut the corner? Who did you deal with? What did you have to do? Who did you line up with? They want to know these things. Straight up. The feds want to know because it's so hard for so many people to get to the level. So when you start reaching certain levels, you know they watching. And then when certain people reach certain levels, they start using their power and authority to manipulate situations. They do this shit consistently, right? The feds is watching everybody. Wack acts like the feds ain't paying him no mind because he has a personal relationship with the feds. He has a personal relationship. And, you know, we exposed this shit so much and we didn't allow him to change the tune. We didn't allow him to change the direction of what the mission was. No matter how many times he called us, no matter how many times he tried to manipulate. See, and I gotta say this though, right? A person like Wack, they have to crash. They have to. This is what the world has to understand. He's not gonna know when the crash hits, but he has to crash. Anybody that operates in the manner that Wack operates in, they gotta crash. And when they crash, it's gonna be a time when he's not expecting it. You can't operate on that frequency forever and go up, go up, go up. Now, there's some people that do some sneaky shit, but you gotta level it out with some solid shit, right? All Wack does is negative, and he feels like he's elevating from all the negative shit that he does. So the crash that he hit is gonna hit so hard that it's gonna shock him. It's gonna shock him. And I'm telling you, you know, this is life, right? This is a game. This is a game. You can get caught up in your own game and think that you're untouchable. And this is where Wack is right now. He's caught up in the game. You hear me? He's caught up in the game. Thinking that, man, they can't stop me because he's working with the feds. The feds gonna get tired of the shit. They gonna get tired of the shit because he can't produce the same. We making it hard for him. I'm just being real. We making it hard for Wack. We making it real hard for him to be able to, you know, do what he used to do. He got the little minions that are confused and manipulated by the game he running, right? He got them manipulated. Straight up. They confused. But niggas listening to Deezy. They listening. And we gonna get louder. Mark my word. We about to get louder. Damn right. And when I start going around putting this pressure on it, right? It's going to make Wack have no choice but to say something. It's going to force him to say something. Yeah, and I'm so like fully equipped with information that he really don't want to do it, but he going to have to. Straight up. I'm just keeping it a buck. You know, he going to have to. See, when you that type of person that you don't care, and I ain't on no time like Wack, because Wack don't want to stand on who he is. I'm cool with standing on who I am. Wack wants to be friends and be able to get in the inner circles and be able to get information for the feds. So he has to act like he's somebody that he's not. He wants to get in these rooms. He wants to be able to get information for the feds. Straight up. See, the difference with DZ is I'm not trying to make no friends to give information for the people. I don't care about that. I'm on here delivering the message. You know, Wack's job is to provide information to the government. That's his job. You can see what he's doing, you know, and what I'm doing, right? I'm calling Wack out. I'm calling Wack out. So pay attention to this, right? Just pay attention. I'm calling Wack out. The government, the feds, hear me calling Wack out, right? Wack called my show, talk on the phone, right? He's not concerned. I'm calling him out. The government is not concerned about what I'm saying about Wack. This right here is directly to the people so that they can stay clear of this fuck nigga, right? But when you listen to Wack talk, the government is interested in everything that Wack has to say. Pay attention to this now. See, this is why, you know, when I do this shit, I know I'm good at it, right? The government wants to hear everything that Wack details to the public. They on every stage Wack is on, right? They listening to everybody that, you know, Wack talks about. They paying attention to everything that Wack is doing, right? And they doubling back, locking people up off of the information that Wack is putting out there, acting like it was already on the internet. Now I'm talking directly about Wack. The government ain't concerned about that. Nah, they ain't concerned about that. That shit ain't getting Wack indicted. Straight up. The shit that I'm saying about Wack, he ain't getting indicted. He ain't getting arrested. The feds don't want Wack off of what DZ said, right? The message I'm delivering is to the people so that all people can understand the character of WACK100. The message that Wack is putting out there is for the FBI to be able to pinpoint and identify the cases that they're going to prosecute. Pay attention to the game. See, the way that I break it down so everybody can understand this shit. You know, the manipulation that he's doing, people are confused because how he's manipulating people and acting as if he's not doing certain things, right? The whole time, He got all the information for the feds. He's providing them all the information that they need about certain people. And I'm just keeping it a buck. Smash that like button. If you just came in the building, right? Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. You know, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all. All y'all that rock with SBGBTV, man. Yeah. See, the way that I break this shit down and dissect it, right? I know it's like no other. A nigga was gifted to do this. Straight up. A nigga was gifted to do this. Wack is them people. You know, it's many of people that can say Wack is the police, right? It's a lot of people on the internet that can say Wack is the police. Wack is the feds. But can't nobody dissect it like Deezy. And I'm just keeping it a buck. I know everybody can say all over CS2 back, H27, all this other shit. They can say all that. But can't nobody dissect it the way I dissect this shit. And give everybody clarity of what they dealing with. Everybody. I ain't just giving you something to, you know, oh, CS2 back and H27 and 905 and everything over here and the confidential this. I'm giving you the details of shit that we are all seeing, and you get the ability to look at it for yourself. Like, damn, hold up. Damn, everybody Wack talking about, it got something to do with a nigga going to jail. Niggas is getting indicted. But they don't never talk to Wack. They don't never want to deal with this nigga. They don't never want to see him about nothing. They don't even want to have a conversation with him. Huh? So this nigga has all the details, but they don't want to say, yo, man, you're doing a good job. You know all the information about everybody. Tell us a little something, right? They don't want to do that. Come on now. You think that they would hear somebody like Wack talking the way he's talking and not use that brother? Huh? Come on now. The way that Wack talk, but Wack is talking to a bunch of people that don't have the experience, right? Niggas that never had close calls with the feds. Niggas that ain't never been picked up by the feds. Niggas that ain't never been interrogated by the feds. Niggas that ain't never been in a situation that the feds was on their ass. These are the people that Wack is delivering the message to. They don't know nothing about what's going on, right? They don't know nothing about it. So Wack is able to manipulate these individuals because they have no idea at all. They lost. But you got Deezy here breaking it down to the core, where every individual has the ability to understand. There's nobody that doesn't hear me that doesn't understand if they want to. If you want to understand, oh, you're going to understand because I'm letting you know to be able to reference. Look at this. Pay attention to everybody that Wack is talking about. His whole game is police shit. It's his whole game. Nigga run around with a badge. Like, just listen to it, though. The whole game is police shit. The nigga run around with a badge. The nigga named suspect number 4. The nigga is getting niggas indicted, right? But he's telling people, man, I just took them up there and let them tell on themselves. So, you think that if you're doing this consistently, having people go to platforms and talk about things that can get people indicted with open cases, that the feds wouldn't tap in with that individual? Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they tap in with a nigga that is helping their job? These niggas wake up every day for their job to pay their bills. This is why they gave Wack a job. Because he's an asset. The way that he's able to get the intel and talk to the urban community, straight up. The way that he's able to get the intel and talk to the urban community is great. He can do it good. So of course, they need to recruit a nigga like that. See, and this is why Wack does it the way he does it. So of course, they need Wack on their team because of the way that he's able to spin people and get into the inside of the urban community. They gotta have somebody like that. Them type of niggas like Wack, they pay them heavy. You know, with the feds, right? If you go out here and you do something and you commit a crime that the feds feel like you did it good and they weren't able to detect it, they'll hire your ass so that you can be able to give them the intel so that they'll be able to know exactly how to look for other individuals that are doing the same exact thing. They want you on their squad because you can provide them information. You're able to see what they can't see ahead of time, and you're able to fill them in how to look about it. This is how they build their information. This is how they strengthen their game. We are all learning from each other in life, right? Everybody learns from what they observe and experience from other people. This is the game of life. So the feds is just a entity, an organization, a job, a business that runs the country. So in order for them to get their information, they have to study the individuals that's in the world doing negative and criminal shit in order to be able to put things in order to learn how to deal with each situation. This is why new laws are made all the time, because they're paying attention to what's going on, certain individuals, groups, gangs, situations, and this is how they're forming the laws, and they're knowing how to go about things. Us as people, when we start doing certain things, we start following what other people are doing, and we think that we can do it better. It's how life works. You see somebody out here hustling in the street, niggas start gravitating to the hustle, and they think they can do it better. You see somebody over here stealing out the store, niggas start stealing out that store, they think they can steal better. You see people doing certain things, you gravitate to it to think you can do it better. The feds gonna tap in with certain people when they see that them doing certain things because they're a ball of information. the way that WACK100 is running around the internet, right? Lining people up. And at the same time, acting as if he's Paru, right? And dealing with certain people, Wack is a major asset to them people. Straight up. Because he's on the ground doing the footwork. He goes on these, sites and platforms and lies and manipulates, right? And he gets people, talking and, he got his little so-called fake media team spinning the narratives for him, right? So he's organized something that's working for him, and the feds are definitely feeding off the shit because they're getting cases off of. They got a job to do. They do work year round, every day. You got a nigga out here, Wack is like the street guy that gets them the information. The guy that they call, what's going on here? Straight up, I can guarantee you, right, that Wack has a lot of personal conversations with somebody that he's giving all the information to. Yeah. Every time they call, Wack is right there. Whatever they need to know, Wack is right there. Anything going on out there on the West Coast, they're contacting WACK100. Tell you that right now. They got some other people, right? Straight up. And I can guarantee you they got Wack and some other people that they contact how they source their information. And niggas is running around out here acting like how the feds know this and how the feds know that. They got people to source their information from. Damn right. But the way that Wack does this shit is different because he's manipulating people with this image. And they fall for it. They think that the nigga is something that he's not. Wack is not a Paru. Wack is not a gangster. Wack is them people. I'm telling y'all this now. Straight up. The nigga running around with a badge. Come on, man. Wack is them people. Straight up. I'm just keeping it a buck. A nigga running around with a badge. You already know what it is. You know what it is. You hear me? Wack had a juvenile conviction. Juvenile now. Never been convicted as an adult. Had situations. They disappeared. But never been convicted as an adult. You think that they wouldn't give Wack a promotion somewhere because of the work he putting in? You think that by him lining Loose Cannon and Big U up, that shit was all over the news. Wack sat back like, ha ha ha, it's all over the news. Wack is proud to say, man, Big U said my name, and the feds, they was ready to give him another charge. This a nigga that claims to be Paru. He say, the feds said his name, and they was ready to give Big U another charge because the nigga said his name. Huh? Pay attention to that. And he was proud to say this shit. What type of nigga is proud to say that the feds was going to give a nigga a charge because they said he was ratting? Huh? Wack tells you who he is all the time. This nigga was proud to say that. On the net. Shit crazy. Smash that like button, right? Hit the subscribe button. Yeah. Share the live. Shout out to all y'all that be rocking with SBGBTV, man. Y'all know what it is.